Hi everyone, welcome to the latest update on the Rotax Max Euro Trophy with our official Rotax Max Euro Trophy talk show now available. Obviously, firstly, a big thank you to everyone that managed to make it to Karting Genk, the home of champions. I know that we had nearly 140 registered entrants. Obviously, some did have to head back, particularly from the United Kingdom. So we do appreciate the situation that's currently still in a massive state of flux at the moment, reference the coronavirus pandemic. However, out of the second weekend of August, the Rotax Raw truly returned at the home of champions, as we had 6 different classes competing through multiple different age ranges over 2 days of racing action, 7 5-minute qualifying sessions, and over 6.5 hours of total racing action from lights out to the final checkered flag on Sunday afternoon. Firstly, on behalf of event promoters and organisers, Camp Company GmbH and MW Race Consulting, we would like to thank the following parties and individuals for their assistance in helping this event to go ahead. Firstly, we'd like to thank Cool Lemons, the CEO of Karting Genk, and the entire team. That is the marshalling team, the volunteers that were on site, the Karting Genk brasserie and restaurant as well. So at least that was very instrumental. We're really grateful to everyone doing their absolute utmost in that team to make sure that everyone was looked after in the right way, that people were following the heftier restrictions that were imposed on the local region of Limburg. Obviously, we also have to thank most specifically the municipality and the mayor of Genk for giving us the green light to compete. Now, obviously, there were quite significantly heftier restrictions put into force, which included, more importantly, wearing one of these pretty much all the time that you were on the paddock. So obviously, if you were eating and drinking in the brasserie, or you needing to eat and drink in the tent, it was fine. It was not a problem at all. But even I was wearing one of these in the commentary box. That was how systemic that the regulations had to be done. We did also have police authority checks as well to make sure that we were leading by example, adhering to the regulations, and showing that we were able to be professional about it as well. So a big thank you to all of you people. That includes the staff, the volunteers, the teams, the drivers, and everything else as well. So in many respects, we have to sort of take a look back at what happened. And the highlight show will be up very soon, over 30 minutes of great bits from our racing action at the home of champions, as we are literally just a couple of weeks away from our second round of the season at the ProKart Raceland circuit in Wackersdorf in Germany. And that looks to be an absolute belter. So before we get talking on brass tacks, reference Wackersdorf in just a couple of weeks' time, because the entries close tomorrow, and that is this Friday, the 21st of August. We have over 100 entries so far. We'll get to the specifics of that in just a moment and talk about the race weekend itself. However, we have to congratulate our winners. So on Micromax, it was Mies Huben from the Netherlands and the number 28 that took a ticket to the Rotax Max Challenge International Trophy at Portimao, which will take place between the 8th and the 13th of December this year, having won both finals. Max Swiderski in second position in the number 19, also representing the Netherlands on 33 points and rounding out the top 3, a clean sweep for the Dutch nation, was also Jake Menton, who on countback actually lost out to Max Swiderski because of Swiderski taking the best result in final number 2, and thereby it elevates them to a higher position. Minimax well, first of all, herzlichen Glückwunsch, Tamsele von Deutschland. Tamsele from Germany in the 150 also did the double in Minimax, and also will represent Team Germany and also himself at the International Trophy at Portimao by also winning a ticket. So those two are the first 2 ticket winners for the International Trophy out of the 3 rounds that we have, and this is not including the Winter Cup from Campios, I must stress here. It is a standalone series. It is an open race category. There is no championship at the end of it all. So the weekend winners get International Trophy tickets. Junior Rotax, we saw a really good scrap on the cards, obviously with one of the names that I do really need to mention right now. Sony Vitesse's Will McIntyre, who effectively was really, really competitive. You know, the youngster was looking strong indeed and could really have competed for the weekend win. However, it was not to be after qualifying third through intermediate qualification after the 3 heats on Saturday. Will McIntyre went from 6th to win the first final on the grid. But unfortunately, having missed the weighbridge in scrutineering, the Brit was promptly disqualified. And as a result of that, that allowed Kai Rielets to gain the advantage. And on pure pace, he finished second, but inherited the win for race 1. And then final 2 on Sunday, he finished second to the runner-up for the weekend, which was Tim Gerhards. So JJ Racing's Kai Rielets took the win on 45 points. SP Motorsports' Tim Gerhards from the Netherlands took 41 points. Bruno Malders, who is sporting a new race helmet design, would have a bit of a moment in final 1, however would come fighting back and would take third overall at the end of the weekend. Will McIntyre would end up in the top 10 of the point standings, having taken third in in final number 2, having fought back from the penultimate position, 24th on the grid, and showed the pure prowess of that Sodi Vitesse chassis. Senior Rotax, it was a clean sweep once again, this time for Belgium on home soil, as Dylan LaHaye from GKS Levens Power in the 328 would take both race victories. After in intermediate classification saw the top 30 being led by the reigning and defending champion Matilda Olsson from Strawberry Racing, representing Sweden, who also just so happened to become the 200th race winner of Euro Trophy history. Now, isn't that a statistic for you? As we now have 230 races in the books heading into Wackersdorf. Storm Brouwer from SP Motorsport, representing the Netherlands, did a really good account of himself, and 388 from the Dutch nation would finish 17 points behind LaHaye, but would still be enough to take second, as Mads Ries, the young Danish hotshot who I've been commentating on since April 2018, now switches to Dams Racing. And that has come good because the 379 took 29 points, just 3 ahead of Matilda Olsson, who goes into Wackersdorf 4th in the standings on 26 points. Glenn Van Prijs had done the double. He'd won the opening round of the B&L karting series a week previously, and despite every trial and tribulation thrown at the Bouvin Power driver in the 419, he came back to win in spectacular fashion, because this was the biggest talking point of the weekend. So DD2 had a 5-minute qualification session. As per the sporting regulations, as per Euro Trophy mandate decrees, is that through qualifying, if it's a 5-minute session, you have the first 60 seconds to get out of the pre-grid and go and sit your laps. Well, 14 drivers did so by the end of the 5-minute session, whereas there were 10 or 11 drivers that ended up being stuck in the pre-grid. And there was a lot of conversations post-qualification. So effectively, the organisers and the stewards decided, with due diligence, that the non-qualifying practice times from Saturday morning would then determine the rest of the grid. So Van Prijs, Zenderuwa were definitely talking about this with organisers. I saw this firsthand. Obviously, the stewards were involved. So there was a lot of discussion. And, things when racing drivers are wanting to compete at the highest level, it's not easy. Tempers do get a little bit frayed. But at the end of the day, we came to a resolution, and Glenn Van Prijs came back fighting. He basically admitted on social media post the weekend at the Euro Trophy, that the team gave him the kick up the backside. And he even admitted that to me when we were talking on Sunday evening. And he effectively went, yeah, the team gave me a kick up the backside. I never gave up from that point. I kept on fighting. So he took third in race 1, finishing 2 places behind Manuel Tenschert, who took the victory in race 1, but then came through to take the win in final 2, amassing a total of 41 points. Manuel Tenschert would effectively finish in 4th place in the second final, taking second on the rostrum with 38 points. And Silas Ritter from Denmark, another Dane, hits the podium from RS competition. The 444 took 30 points, He had a bit of an up and down race weekend as well, but Silas Ritter, having taken a third place at the Winter Cup back in Campillos in late February, also did the same at Genk, so congratulations to him. DD2 Masters, as always, quite interesting. I think I have to give Konrad Bayer the biggest amount of style points for what happened when Michael Becker came into his racing line. I think it was final 2, and the 508 from Germany went spinning around like a whirling top and managed to keep it going through turns 4 and 5. So style points 9.5, Konrad. Staying on the racing line 3.0. So there you go. Who needs Strictly Come Dancing when you can have Konrad Bayer spinning around like a whirling top? And it provided one of the most dramatic moments, but one of the biggest saves of the weekend. So well done to him. Sebastian Humpelhardt would end up rounding out the weekend on top of the podium, despite being level with Slavomir Maransky. Now, again, the countback rule applies. And this is the second time, and I do feel somewhat sorry for Slavomir Maransky, our inaugural 2018 DD2 Masters champion, who, because I think the biggest loser in all of this was, I think it was, there's quite a few drivers in there, Tom Dessert, Rudy Champion, who took the Winter Cup win. A lot of drivers, Carl Klebold, Michael Becker, quite a few others had joined in as well. But Sebastian Humpelhardt won final number 2. He'd taken second in the first race, first final on Sunday, and then won the second final and did exactly what Rudy Champion from Piquet's Competition did to Slavomir Maransky at the Winter Cup. So it's, I think at the end of the day, there is the slightest smidgen of disappointment, I think, for Slavomir Maransky, but he's a very, very nice guy. Obviously with the hardships that 46 team have had through the off season between Sana and between the Winter Cup, and then obviously the pandemic happening, they lost a lot of equipment. There was a fire in one of the trailers, and Slavomir himself lost a lot of equipment as well. But he now goes into Wackersdorf with a bit more motivation. There's a possibility of a second title in 3 years. And then Thomas Schumacher rounded out the top 3 from KSB Racing Team, the 531 from Germany, taking 27 points at the end of it all. So that really is a roundup of all our podium drivers on the podium for 2020 at the Home of Champions. So let's talk Wackersdorf, shall we? The 4th to the 6th of September hosts the second round of the season. Of course, Micro and Minimax now have a little bit of a breather until the penultimate round of the season, which will take place at Adria Karting Raceway between the 23rd and the 25th of October. However, along with the normal 4 mainstay categories, which will be Junior Rotax, Senior Rotax, DD2 and DD2 Masters, we welcome a 5th category. And this is the one that I'm really, really excited about, because it brings along the new future of what we could see from Rotax. And it is very much going to be front and center in front of our very own eyes, and obviously for those of you watching at home. The Deutsche Elektro-Kartmeisterschaft will join us for I think it's their second round, and they will be bringing along the incredibly exciting Project E20 that made its official public debut and test at Circuito Internazionale Napoli at the 2019 Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals late last October. I was there to witness the press unveiling. It looks absolutely fantastic. It's a different kettle of fish to the Thunder, the first generation iteration of what Rotax was going to do. And obviously E20 is now very much an inbuilt project, and it's proud to have that associated with the Rotax brand. So at the moment, we have over 100 competitors now listed on the official Rotax Global Racing app. And you can go to it via your smartphone, either if it's on the App Store or on the Google Play Store. So let's have a look. So I've got Euro Trophy, Wackersdorf, and we have currently 104 competitors at the moment. DD2, we have 25 registered, 15 DD2 Masters, Juniors 26, and Seniors 38. But there is one name that strikes me above all. DD2 Masters I've just seen the 565 from Austria. Welcome back, Roberto Pajewski, our DD2 Masters champion from last year, that not only took the title, he took the ticket to the International Trophy at Le Mans last year, and in Sarno, he became Grand Finals champion of the world in DD2 Masters. So looking forward to seeing that very, very fired up Austrian back on the circuit at Wackersdorf. Obviously, our arms are well and truly open with welcome consistency for DEKM and the Project E20. It's something that I've been keeping my keen eyes on. And just to give you an idea on how quick this thing really, really is, just have a look at this video before we close things out here on Rotax Max Euro Trophy Talk. You'll see what I'm talking about. Just 5 to 6 minutes of your time, and it will give you all the information you need.
I'm Xander Ruwe, and I'm a professional race driver and driver coach. I've been racing for almost 21 years now. It doesn't matter which go-kart it is. Every session you go on the track, you just go for it and try to beat the time. Every time you see the lap, you say, okay, next time better, and you just need to keep pushing yourself.
From my experience when I've driven this, it takes a little while to get used to. The continued weight, the mass through the corner, actually it throws you around a little bit, so getting used to that.
Let's take it out for a spin.
Yes, for sure. Go and have some fun.
I will. Nice. It's good fun. The booster, it's crazy. It's a lot of power. It's cool. You hear so many different other sounds that normally you never notice. The wind, everything. It's a complete different feeling when you're driving. It's cool. In fast corner, you can feel the lateral grip, and then, for example, in hairpin, you feel the weight move to the front, but then when you put the gas, it goes. So no, it's nice. Also in the fast one chicane, it's nice balance. But I love this button. I want one on the DD2 also. It's fast. I'm not sure if it's same or faster than DD2.
Okay guys, so we've downloaded your data from today. First sector, which is the main straight into the first right hairpin. Actually the E20 is a little bit faster, and I think this really demonstrates that the E20 is a really good performing car when you consider the weight that it's carrying.
It was honestly a great day. It was a great experience. I would suggest everybody to try it because it's something different. I think that it doesn't matter if it's a combustion engine or an electrical engine. It's once you put the helmet on and you're on the grid line and the lights go out, it's race, and all the rest doesn't matter. Good corner speed. Now on the straight. Full throttle. Corner, second corner, right on the gas, crazy reaction. I didn't use booster yet. Left corner. Right corner. On the gas. Jump. Left corner. On the gas. Oh! Nice.
With this thing, with you coming round like that, when you hit the boost, it just goes like that. Yeah. You know, but then the mid, after that, like we were saying, once you get into the mid-range, checking gear, bang, pulls it back.
So there you have it. Zenderua is one of the fastest drivers in the Project E20, but just by hearing his exclamations behind the wheel of that car, it's really giving me an absolutely great feeling about what we're going to see at Wackersdorf of all places. So thank you very much for tuning in for the latest Rotax Max Euro Trophy talk show with me, Alex Goldschmidt. See you all at the ProKart Raceland circuit in Wackersdorf in Bavaria in Germany on September 4th when we get underway with our official live stream. And don't forget, if you want to find out further information about the championship, head to rotaxmaxchallenge-eurotrophy.com. But also, if you've forgotten to register drivers and you want to come and play at Wackersdorf, head to the link in the description down below of where you need to register your entry before it's too late. Entries close, end of play tomorrow, which is Friday, the 21st of August. Don't forget, you can follow us on our relevant social media channels. Links in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time as we have the build-up for Wackersdorf in Germany. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Goodbye.